3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Well, the 7A winner of the state AAA is Mike Mischke of Ely. And Mike, how in the world did you have time to do and be in so many activities?
Well, I don't know. My parents always pushed me to be in a lot of stuff, and I don't know. I guess I don't have too much more of a social life besides going to practice and stuff like that. But I never had a problem really finding time with it. It was just the things that I wanted to do. Had a fun time.
Well, something tells me you had to be a good budgeter of your time.
Yeah, kind of got to force things in back and forth. A lot of late nights spent in the band room, in the gym and stuff like that. But it's usually not so bad trying to find time for things that you really like to do.
How about the activities you've taken part in? Anything that has given you more satisfaction than others? What's your favorite activity?
I think I can say right away that my favorite activity was playing football. When I started out playing football, I was real small, but I really liked playing, so I worked hard, and by the time I was a junior, then I started linebacker, and this last year, then I led the team in tackles and stuff like that. I spent a lot of time in the summer in the weight room and stuff like that, just trying to improve myself that way.
But then besides football and basketball, you had track?
Track.
And what are some of the other activities you've part in school now?
Well, I'm in speech and band and National Honor Society, Knowledge Bowl, Junior Rotarians, DARE program, which is to keep kids off drugs, and lots of stuff, I guess. Student council.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even remember some of them, just the things that you pick up as you go through school.
Mike, is it all worthwhile?
Oh yeah, I mean, just the satisfaction that you get by succeeding and being able to be in so many things and helping people and all that, you get a lot of satisfaction out of it, out of the success.
Did you enjoy rubbing shoulders with some of the other kids who were at the AAA banquet and other sectional winners from around the state?
Yeah, those guys were sensational. I mean, you know that you're not the only one that's doing a lot of things, but the kids that won the actual grand prize or whatever, those kids, that was amazing how they could do so much stuff and still keep their grades up and things like that. But yeah, that was a great time down there at the tournament, and the banquet was really nice, and good speakers, and just meeting those kids that other people that do the same things.
Mike, again, congratulations. You're a credit to your school and to the section.
Thank you very much. It's I don't know, it's just a good time to be able to compete and everything like that.
Great. Okay. Pretty fancy shirt that Rudy's got there.
It's not a bit too
Clean. I don't know.
They call us a lot of names.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What did they call it?
Even high school. Red and white, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't call us, I know we got called a lot of things by the coach and everything else.
Yeah. Sharp these kids are.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
Boys,
You know, I'll tell you, if Mike had had a few more, what the hell was it now? I'm trying to think, was it community activities or something else? He would have been right up there for that award. You know, number one. He'd have been right up there. I think he was fourth.
Mm-hmm.
It's still good.
Isn't that a difficult job to do? Even at the region level and the section level, they're all just super kids.
Oh, absolutely.
And they should all get one of those, but
Yeah.
that's the way it goes.
What's that, Marsh?
Joe, let's talk a little bit about the program here at Ely High, your participation, how many activities you have for athletes.
Well, I've been here for 4 years, Marsh, and we had 13 sports when I came, and we still have 13 sports. We have 7 boys sports and 6 girls sports. We've got football, basketball, hockey, swimming, track, golf, and baseball for the boys, and for the girls we have volleyball, basketball, swimming, track, golf, and softball. We are looking to equalize that number. We're looking at cross-country for the girls, either running or skiing. Of course, every time you try to add a new sport, the big thing is the dollars, and that's a big thing, especially this year with the crunch on educational funding. But we are trying to make an attempt to make sure that we have enough opportunities for the girls as well as the boys here.
John, this day and age, many schools are merging their athletic programs. Has there been any talk about Ely merging with somebody?
Very little, Marsh. We do have a co-op agreement with Tower Sedan in hockey. Last year, 2 years ago, we had one hockey player from Tower Sedan. We didn't have any this year, but we kept that agreement open, especially because there are some kids in the youth program from Tower, and this gives them an opportunity to play hockey at the high school level. But other than that, we're geographically located in such a position that it would be real tough to form any co-ops other than that, and we're very happy with where we are. We feel that we've got a stable base and we've got enough athletes to fill all the programs that we do have. We have to be careful that we don't get too many programs and as a result lose a couple. So we're happy with the programs the way they are.
That's got to be encouraging that you can, let's say, stay independent.
Well, it is, and it's something I think every community wants to have and really fights hard to have. School boards like to stay autonomous and have control over their own funding and their own coaches and their own athletes, and it's a situation that we're happy with. And like I said, the quality of coaches we have, I feel, lends to the stabilization of our programs, and we've got kids coming out and we've got good youth programs, so we're very comfortable with where we are.
And of course, needless to say, the support of your community is a big factor too.
Oh, it's just fantastic. Back in 1987, when we went to the Prep Bowl for football, it was just amazing that the support that the community gave us. And every time we get close to a tournament, everybody gets in their cars and down to Virginia we go, or down to Hibbing or wherever, and it's like that in all the communities, and you see it whether it's Ely or a Crosby Ironton or a Chisholm or whoever. These small town communities really support their athletes.
You mentioned geographical location earlier in our visit, John. What about transportation of your athletes? You know, Ely, International Falls, Grand Marais, they're all kind of removed from the centers of activity, so I suppose that problems from time to time.
Well, you hit that on the head, Marsh, especially in this financial crunch now. Transportation is such a big thing. We were fortunate enough to get into a football conference where most of the teams are close by us. We used to travel up to War Road and a lot of places. Hockey is still kind of a problem because we are independent there. We have to travel to Pine City, Mora, Baudette, which are real long trips. I was talking to Dave Stead out of the high school league, and he said in the Twin Cities, when somebody makes a 30-mile trip, they wonder if they should stay overnight or not. And a 30-mile trip to us is non-existent, just about, right? Yeah. So it's a big item, but the kids have done it for so long, they're just used to it, and they get on the bus and they take their bag lunches, and away we go.
And here, the name Timberwolves stands for a winner, contrasted with elsewhere in the state.
There you go.
And you guys, I know this, you take it seriously. You got paws all over the sidewalk out here.
Oh, we've got Timberwolf tracks all over the school, and they're leading to all different places. In fact, we had it on our stationery for a few years, and it's something that we take pride in. We were just talking before the program that the nickname came about in 1943, so we beat the other Timberwolves by a long shot. And as you said, our teams are proud of that name, and this year especially, we had all of our teams were over 500 or just dabbling with 500, so we had an excellent season.
You get 1 or 2 extra shots for sports.
Okay.
Awesome. When we played Ely in that finals, he wore his 1963 jacket to school.
Oh, is that
One of
right?
the kids give him a bedtime.
Hey, you better keep Tower in the hockey program, because you got a pretty good goalie coming up.
Is that right? Yeah, we plan
I
on
don't know if
that.
he's a Pee-wee or a Bantam.
In fact, we've had a few calls from Babin and Barris now, but that's nothing. Pretty happy with where they are. And
You can keep your head above water in football and
oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, our football program is very strong, I think, and this is ninth graders, and by the time they're juniors and seniors, we're competing, you know.
Boy, oh boy, that's something in this day and age, because I remember Vucinovich and some of the coaches in Duluth used to always complain that, geez, they'd get a kid in 10th grade, he didn't know how to tackle. He'd never tackled yet.
Yeah.
So they were just thankful when they got that the Pony League program and the Junior League program and so forth.
See, I think that's another tribute to our coaches. They really do a nice job of getting these kids and teaching them the basics.
George, what do you think?
Well, yeah, because
I mean, really.
once it was cut out, I asked Mischke at one time, I said, we got some financial support. I said, would you like?
Okay, Marsh.
Rudy, you were athletic director for a number of years, particularly when the girls' athletic program came into being. A lot of satisfaction in that, but I suppose it doubled the work too.
Well, it doubled the work, but it was pleasant work when you could see the number of kids that participated. I can remember when my daughter was in high school, and she says, do you mind if we petition to get girls' basketball? I said, if it's done in the right way, there's nothing wrong with petitioning for it. I guess the biggest problem was with the monetary. And we were fortunate enough in this community to have enough organizations, especially the Mothers Auxiliary for Youth Activities. They came through with big bucks during the 14 years that I was athletic director. I think they came through with something like $40-some thousand, paid for most of our uniforms, all of our girls' basketballs during that era, most of the volleyballs, and most of the uniforms for the other girls' sports.
You offer some 13 sports here at Ely High School, but a lot of other activities are away from the sporting nature for the student, isn't there, Rudy?
Oh, we've got all kinds of things, particularly in the arts. We've got some club activities, and then, of course, all the extra co-curricular activities that do not come under the jurisdiction of the high school league. We were lucky, even when we had declining enrollment, our girls' numbers increased in participation during that period, swimming all the way down the line. And of course, softball was started when I was the athletic director.
What was the thing that gave you the biggest satisfaction serving as athletic director? Why did you like to come to work every day?
Because of the number of kids that participate in our activities, they really got something out of it, and also because of the dedicated coaches that we had in our school system.
And you're in a community here that has great spirit, because you know, we're both Rangers, we're familiar with Ely, and this is one of the places they've always had tremendous spirit.
You won't find any better people than what we have right here in this area. When the old chips are down, they come through. I don't care whether it's monetarily or just showing up for games or giving the kids encouragement, but they're great people. And of course, during your stretches, AD, you also had the football team went to the Prep Bowl one year. That was probably the highlight, because it was it kind of welded the community together. Everybody really pitched in on everything. We had a person in town that contributed $1,200 to buy new shoes for the dome. People just donated money to get kids down there that couldn't get down there. It was just great.
One extra minute. You guys just keep talking amongst yourselves here, Mark.
What are you doing it yourself now?
I go take a couple trips a year.
Yeah.
And I'm active with the school board and then on the hospital board.
That's right, yeah.
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 Yeah. We both graduated same year, 47.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Kersey?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know where to put them. Oh, there's going to be, they're going to make another one, I think, where some of the lockers are upstairs that they don't need anymore.
Mm.
Good idea.
Geez, Rich has done a heck of a job there at Virginia on their trophy cases. Holy macaroni.
Yeah. George, you had the opportunity to play with some terrific athletes here at Ely High School and in your later college days too.
Yes, Marsh, I think I was fortunate as to when I came along, because we were coming through the years in the 40s, and I thought that as a youngster, I always looked up to the guy that participated before me, and they had a lot of success, like the 1929 basketball team went to the state tournament, the consolation, and we always used those guys as kind of a model for us. And I think that really paid off for us. We had some great battles up here, we had some great seasons, and I think this has carried on throughout the years though, not just in the 40s, this has carried on through. Ely's had a very good sports heritage.
Well, you know, Ely and Denfeld had a couple of memorable battles over the years during your era.
Yes, we did in the 40s, 44 and 40, no, yeah, 44 and 45, no, 40, yes, 44 and 45 football seasons. We had 2 years in which we were undefeated, untied, and unscored upon. And except for the last games of the season. In the first season, we were scored upon by 2 Harvard, and we went to undefeated that year. But then the second year, we had a game against Duluth Denfeld. And this game had been primed for a year because they set the schedule for November 11th, which is pretty late for playing football, but I recall the game very vividly. We had been beating everybody 40-0, and in that game we got ahead by 13-0, and everybody said they're going to roll over Denfeld, and old Rudy Marolt, if you remember him, he was in the end zone, he caught a pass with a desperate situation. I gave him the first points, and they went on to beat us 21-13. Incidentally, that was the biggest crowd I'd seen here ever at Ely. The estimate of the crowd was 6,000. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's a pretty big crowd, and kind of let you know about the support that this town does give their athletics.
George, can you put your finger on a favorite athlete here that you played with at Ely?
Well, there were so many. You know, I suppose I'd be doing this honor, you know, to make
That's
name just
a fair
one.
question.
It is. But we had guys like Frank Kuzma, All-State football. We had Dick Buckley, All-State basketball. We had Don Kuzman and some of those guys. And of course, in baseball, we had some of the old-timers that played with us when we were just youngsters. And like fellows like Kaiki Clavon, I guess I can use that word now. That was not meant to be a derogatory term. But Diego DiBernardi, you know, and those guys. We had so many great ones, and like I said, I just mentioned those.
I think Davo was my favorite. Yeah, Denfeld to win that state tournament. They got by you guys.
Yeah, we had a good game for the last 4 minutes. We were down. We were ahead by 1 point, I think.
Yeah.
We did by 11, by 12. State champions in my 3 years of high school.
Oh, sure.
Patrick Henry beat us to the
Jim
final.
McIntyre.
I should have mentioned that too, I
Yeah.
suppose. That was a great year, you know, for us. We made a state tournament 45.
I'm going down for MRI.
Of course, the time is short. When you're on the air here, huh?
Yeah, I'll get that in.
Okay.
He had a whole regional tournament. He saw it twice in the state tournament. He finally played the team in the final.
Yeah.
I think he knew better what we were going to do than we did.
That's probably true. Yeah.
And nice guy, Frank.
Well, Matty, one of the highlights in Ely had to be that 1980 World Legion Baseball Championship.
That's one of the many. I mean, you heard the guys before me, football had their big days, basketball had their big days, and even in track, we had some real good teams back under Coach Buckley. This baseball thing was, of course, one of my dreams. I never thought we'd ever see a state tournament in Ely, but after we got the lights in through a lot of volunteer work, and then we redid the field for the World Series, Ted Williams even said it'd be a shame to play on this beautiful field and tear it up. But I said, well, he'll take it. So we had that big rainstorm, and next morning, Giuliani, a scout for the Twins, said, I'll see you in a couple of days. I said, you better be here at 8 o'clock in the morning, ready to go. And we had some good groundskeepers. I put in a plug for son Jim, who did a lot of that work over there. And we did the paving around the stadium. The Legion got a lot of grants, and we were able to put together a nice field, and it's still in good shape. But getting together another World Series, I don't know, that took 3 years of hard work.
That night you called me from Ohio and said you got the national tournament, you were the happiest guy on earth.
Oh boy, I was, and you were the first guy up here that got the word too. And I got some feedback on that, but I promised you I'd call you, so I did. And we were a very, very happy bunch. We got a free ride down and free ride back by our local airport, Estaclasa, paid for all of that. So, you know, I mean, everybody pitched in. We had so much food in that plane that when we went to Indianapolis, that you couldn't put another matchbook cover in that thing. It was just loaded with wild rice and Polish sausage and bologna, and we really fed them down there for 3 days, and that kind of helped.
Patty, the Legion program here, its success and so forth, certainly has got to be a big help to the Ely High School baseball team.
Yeah, we work closely together. Legion program has been on since 1926. And I'm very proud to say that I was on a school board when we started baseball. We made a trade with hockey. You put in hockey, we'll take baseball, so we got the both sports in. And it was a good deal for a lot of kids. George was one of the successful coaches, being in about 8 or 9 state tournaments. And we've had, I don't know how many tournaments here, We even had the high school district here, I don't know how many years, but we were able to get that away from Evelyn with the help of Ed Buckley, and so it's been a great baseball tournament. People are behind us 100% all the time.
You got a very nice facility here.
Beautiful facility, one of the best. We don't have the frills around the outside, you know. The stadium itself isn't too bad, but we've got a beautiful playing field, beautiful. And it takes the water, you know, everything. We never have to call up a game. We wait an hour or two and then play.
Do you have a record of what Ely teams, what Ely athletes have gone on to state tournament? And what?
Not compiled in one booklet or anything.
Ski teams, man, we've had some ski. And swimming teams, Nettersloon, you know, some teams have won states. I have some of that.
Yeah, okay.
But,
Keep my memory how good it is. You had a goalie here one time, Jimmy Silver. Yeah. I was wondering if you got a scholarship or he walked on.
I don't know. I know he had 70 saves against International Falls.
Well, I was remembering that in your early years of hockey here, he had games where
they had one hockey team with Otto Bernhardt.
Yeah.
Really good hockey player.
Otto and Skipper Dunson.
They lost four games that year.
You weren't here.
They were just tremendous.
Young man, 13 died.
I heard that.
Oh, okay.
Mason Earl told me.
That's relative. Brain aneurysm. All he's up to him.
Even the guys told us, I didn't believe the guys were that good.
Over either.
No, first center ever did.
Yeah.
Played with the kids. And I thought he was kind of a higher thing up there.
Yeah.
He's a regular guy. More 400 mark, Ted Williams was here. Mike Schmidt, was it?
No,
Brett.
Brett.
Yeah.
And he was getting interviewed. They're flying in from New York, and I'm not closer to that 400 mark. The more interviews I get, the more money I make. It was nice listening to him, like Burley Grimes and Ted Williams and Bob Feller sitting there together.
Yeah. That afternoon in the cafeteria here, or not cafeteria, the media center. I said, you were good at cutting me off at the right time, and I wish I'd gotten that in.
Well, that was some of the best years I had playing with these guys.
Yeah, no way. Basketball.
Basketball?
They didn't score. They didn't get the ball.
Holy cow.
And it's on their floor.
You shut them all up.
Wasn't there a team here too that won the district, or was it the one that went to state 29 that played 4 games in 3 days?
No, that was 29, yeah.
29, they played 4 games in 3 days.
Yeah.
I think they gotta change that format. I think 4 games and 4 nights is too much.
Oh, yeah.
I met him, Al? Yeah, where did I meet him? At a Twins game or something one time. You were at it. Joe Snell? Where's Joe?
track. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, nothing to Darwin?
That's the team that went to the state?
Oh,
Which one? 87.
What one?
Yeah.
Good rules. Yeah, with the scores, it would be.
Debates? We're looking at head start.
She'd be calling a game and then the double here or something. She said, one time she said triple profit. Never forget that. We used to go after school, we used to play.
Schools like about
Yeah,
3
George.
that we had.
Yeah.
Influential in the district. They said, take that Tommy's place. I said, which one?
Through about 40.
Bucky's Law, but anything. Yeah, I never said that. I said, you did, Coach.
National tournament more than any other.
So, there they had two in the middle and two in the defense. That was tough playing. They started girls basketball in Iowa.
That's right.
Where did I see an article the other day that Oklahoma, this is the last year there, I think they're the last team that plays 3-3. And then they're getting it up this year.
Yeah, it makes for a lot better games.
Yeah, like.
Bloomington.
Yeah, they won the state.
Oh, yeah. I started from that. I started, okay, good girl.
These was some of the girls there. Very old, Elsie Mackey, Prince.
That's the only two? Everybody else was back?
going good.
Well, let's see,
And Frankie.
Yeah, Frank, he was great, because he had a good football team.
Yeah, yeah.
That second year, but that's when that job was.
Yeah.
Banks, and myself, Bralon.
She says we never miss it.
Is that right? Yeah. Oh, good.
Go ahead.
District, they gave us the game ball during the district. Well, we thought we were in heaven. We couldn't even do a ball. They had money, but crazy.
Yeah.
Had two balls out there, but this way was actually.
But they had it working in anyway. Usually, no.
Geez, how many years was he here?
23 to about.
Oh, he had college.
But last time he had a football team was when I was a junior.
He coached every team in a sport. And he never had a, he sat on a bench, and he never had a piece of paper, and at the half, he'd tell you what you did wrong.
Yeah.
But he was all.
Well, we beat Central in the regions, and the officials,
That's superior. Yeah, that hurt us, man. That was a tragedy.
Might be for the time.
no, but they thought that he was, they didn't think anything of it. The other two kids, they started diving for the equipment.
Or you want to get John by the time.
He was going down, he couldn't come
Kids
in.
had built a fire now. If they'd have stayed together.
They'd have been okay.
I could understand that. I could understand that.
When you're lost, you don't roam around, you stay put.
They came out with some good instructions in the newspapers.
Then they said,
The last one was so good, it says, where you're lost, stay there.
Yeah.
You know, as you go,
They started blaming the sheriffs. They got back in the woods again.
Yeah.
He came out, he never got back.
that was sad.
That is right.
Can you take them to the baseball field, or do you know where it is, or I've got a meeting at 2?
Yeah, sure. Hey, thanks
you for
much.
coming out.
Okay,
Appreciate it.
right.
Take care.
It's nice
Thank you.
meeting you.
Right. That was a pretty decent team. I did too. I did too. Yeah. I'm gonna get Lawrence Jersey. Because it's, you know, it's said with go work together now. Okay. Yeah, we played. Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're set. I'm good. Yeah. You happy winter's over? You like summer? All right.
So what's your problem? Tell me that I can't get a seat in that state. I said, no, I sold them on January. She said, you didn't even know spring. I said, you know around here don't say it was spring. We just bought the tickets. I said, there's a lot of room in bleachers down there, lots of extra bleachers. Well, I'm going to see somebody bigger than you then. I said, go ahead, help yourself. Oh, I can't make tickets. Yeah.
Of course, like you didn't have all the team playing that's at the game.
That's it.
Well, of course, you had 16 teams.
Well, they cut out a whole constellation.
Yeah.
Oh, sessions. Yeah, you go by sessions.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right. That's right. That's right.
She locked up, Marsh? Or?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's all right.